All right, guys. I apologise that we've had sound issues all night. I blame Mark. Hello, someone's got. Who's got their?
That was me.
So I apologise if you didn't have no sound, guys. We've, like I say, we've had issues ever since we got together earlier. So some gremlins tonight, I reckon. So anyway, welcome to another Friday Night Live. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody is safe in these strange, unnormal times that we're all going through again. So quickly, I'm going to bring in the worms. I have two good friends. I have Mark, the gentleman woodturner, and Wayne, the woodturner. Thank you guys for coming over.
My pleasure.
Good evening. No problem, Steve. My pleasure.
So what I'm planning to do tonight is, I had a play with this earlier. I was watching Martin's live, I believe it was Tuesday night, and he did like an autumn effect on a vase with a bit of texture in it. So I thought I'd have a bit of a bash with the autumn effect on a piece of oak that I had. Well, this is a piece of reclaimed worktop. So I thought I'd have a bit of a bash for this. So I'm going to have another go at doing one of these. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of yellow and a bit of red into it to try and bring some of the colours out a little bit. So we bring some more of the autumny colours in, but obviously not too much because we don't want nothing too vibrant on an autumny bowl. But that's the principle what I'm going to do. So hopefully something like that. So I've got another piece of reclaimed oak worktop there, around about 12 inches across by 40mm thick. Going to try and keep it to a similar, just enough to get it round. I don't want to lose too much of the width. And then as you can see on this one, I put a bit of a rim on the bottom to keep the outside wide, but then the sort of narrow the bottom in a bit. I'm going to try and do something similar to that. But obviously then we're going to play with the colours and see how we get on. I did that with a piece of paper towel to give me the stipple effect. But we'll go more into that when we get to that point. So I'll stick you gentlemen in the background, if that's okay.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And then you could tell me who's in the chat, please, while I get set up.
Right. So.
Without dropping everything.
That's right. Just drop my headphones as well.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got. Now I'm reading off the YouTube participants list that I get. So if it's wrong, blame YouTube. We've got There Can Be Only One. The Wood Wizardry by Colin was first.
As always.
Ivy Woodshed, TJ Turning, Klondike Craftsman, Steve Jobbins, Mr. Stacey Smith, Mick Dews, Mark Stroughton, Malcolm Douglas, Jupp Turns Wood, Hodgepodge Woodworks, Douglas Mungham, Don McKee, Circular Wood by Keith, Brickhouse Craftworks, Brian at Hardwood Turning, Barry's Wood Creations, Barry Chitty, Andy Heath, and that's all that list says.
Well, I've got Christine and Michael here.
Christine and Michael Hesseltine, Jennifer Stroughton.
Is that the real Jennifer?
The real Jennifer, yeah. Steve Jobbins, Brickhouse Craftworks. I think that list is all right, but when it updates, if you haven't written something for a while, it takes your name off.
Yeah. Mark Stroughton's in as well.
Yeah. I think that's everybody.
Well, welcome everybody. Thanks.
Malcolm Douglas.
Yeah, welcome guys, and thanks everybody for coming over. Very much appreciate it.
David Holden, just come in. Welcome along, everybody. You've got 52 in.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Chitney. Andy Heath.
Yep. Jupp Turns Wood. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah.
Is that a new?
Jupp Turns Wood. Welcome.
Welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming over and checking us out.
Jupp is an Australian. He was in Jay's live this morning.
Oh, well, welcome then, Jupp. Welcome over to the channel. Thanks for coming over and checking us out. So anyway, let's get cracking on.
Ian. Hi, Ian.
Hi, Ian. So let's get cracking on. Let's go for that one first, I believe. So we're going to turn this to. Oh, I don't want that one. That's too close. We're going to turn this to rough round, and put some light on it. Help. Like I said, I don't want to take too much off of it.
Loving Indiana. No, I already said you, Paul. I mentioned you.
Yeah. Missed me again. Paul, we love you really. The trouble is with the YouTube chat is like Wayne said, Mark said, if you don't type something in, you lose the top half of the chat, don't you?
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get this rounded off.
Oh, Stuart's in. Evening, Stuart.
Hello, Stuart. Welcome along.
Hi, Stuart. Thank you for coming over. So like I said, I want to try and
Can I
keep
just
this.
remind everybody?
Do I try that again, Wayne?
Is he having trouble with his sound
Yeah,
again?
and just remind everybody it's a virtual craft festival tomorrow.
Yep.
Starting at 10 a.m. GMT with Jimmy Page, and running through to 2 a.m. Sunday morning, finishing off with Carl Jacobson.
So let's find the centre. Get our mortise in the bottom. Whoops. So 27.
Evening, Jay.
Evening.
Howdy, Jay. Nice finial this morning, bud.
Jay does a live every day, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I couldn't sleep again, so I was in there watching him till 5:30 this morning.
Alright, so let's get this mortise in the bottom. I'm not going to go very deep, only about 5 mil.
Steve, if that's the B-side, what's the A-side single on the other side?
Oh, you don't want to know that. It's a bit before your time, Mark.
That's the colourful one. The A-side's the colourful side, Mark.
Is that the
Jennifer's saying
explicit content
stuck on
side?
what
I can always watch the rugby back on the replay.
Yeah. Cool, rugby. That brings back some memories. Playing rugby for the school. Whew.
You definitely want to watch Wayne with Jennifer, because I know what he's doing. It's going to be special.
So I'm just going to put some little marks in the bottom, just to give it a little bit of character. Nothing special. So now I want to try and get my swooping effect. So we will. What's he laughing at? What are you laughing at?
Well, Steve Jobbins says the B-side leads to the A-side if we get the funnel.
Tell you what, you lot have got no confidence. How many weeks have I not had? I'm not going to say nothing because this could be a.
Yeah, I'd shut up right down for you.
Yeah.
And then Terry comes back with, Mark, the B-side is, there's a hole in my project, dear Lila, dear Lila.
Jesus. And I do this just to keep you lot entertained as well. And the bad news is I think my lathe is still faulty.
Oh, no.
Right.
When I was turning it earlier, that seemed to slow down again. But we'll see. Wayne, do you think I'm taking too much cuts off this? Do you think that's why I'm overloading the lathe, or do you just think?
Well, I don't know what belt did you got it on?
The middle one.
It might be an idea, not necessarily tonight, but it might be an idea to try it on a small speed with similar types of cuts, just to see if that makes a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Because obviously the torque will be higher, won't it? Rather than me and Mark said this before, didn't we, Mark?
Yep. The question there for you, Wayne.
Oh, sorry. There's that.
Douglas Mungham.
Yeah. Could what Steve is using be used for the string pull like you did today? What you mean the Are you using intrinsic tonight, Steve?
No, I'm using. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm using Hampshire Sheen intrinsic. Yes, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. In answer to Douglas's question, then no, it needs to be paint, not wood stain. It needs to be paint.
So I think just clean this up a little bit on the bottom here.
Plus, what you want to
Thank you.
remember as well, Dave, that's oak, which is
Yeah,
a tough old wood.
yeah. Perhaps I'll
Plus,
just try.
plus it's been glued together, so you're fighting the glue as well.
Yeah, perhaps I'm just trying too much of the small little motor. It is really. Oops.
What size motor's on that, Steve?
Not sure, to be honest, Wayne. To be perfectly honest.
All right, I misunderstood Douglas's question. I'm talking about could the string pull be done on the wood? Yes, it could, Douglas.
Woodturning by Brand Strups in the chat. Hello.
Good evening. Thanks for coming over.
Miss T's Woodturning's here. Hi, Miss
Hello.
T.
Hello, Miss
Hi.
T. How are you? I liked your pot you put on earlier.
Door 60's in as well. Hi, Door.
Hi, Dor.
Scott's in. Hi, Scott.
Scott, hope you're feeling a bit better, mate. All right, so I'm just going to do a gentle pass. So, just make sure I've got a flat bottom.
Phenomenal.
Don't want a bouncy bottom, do I?
Steve said bottom.
So,
is it okay if I put a link in for my life tomorrow, Steve?
Of course it is, yes, mate. Not a problem at all. Do you know, it always helps when you got
what I'm doing, I'll put my link in. I'll put my link in the description of the live tomorrow. It's got the running order for the craft festival. Everybody in there, what time they're on, and everything, and it's also got links to all the channels so you can go and watch.
Busy day tomorrow. All right, so let's get this puppy sanded.
Scott's saying he's good now. I think Scott is he's just getting too many headaches with all this stroke. Needs to go back and do some wood turning.
Yeah. Scroll sawing says bad for your health. That's a joke, by the way.
Yeah. Before you get slated for it. So I'm going to leave the bottom natural. So I'm going to sand this up to 240. And then we'll grit it
So Scott's saying, does that mean I've got to leave the scroll alone tomorrow and turn something? No, Scott, no. If you want to do something on the scroll saw, you carry on, sunshine.
You do whatever you want, mate.
If you don't put, I mean, Scott hasn't done any lives or videos using the scroll saw yet. He has been putting stuff on Facebook, and have you been putting on Insta as well? I can't remember now. But as he's only been using the scroll saw for a week or so, some of the stuff he's doing is amazing.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Oh, he's doing a cannon tomorrow. That'll be good.
Has Glenn come in? I've missed him.
Oh, is he? Hi, Glenn.
Well, I don't know. There's 3 people said hello to Glenn, but I can't see where he's come in.
Oh, right. Perhaps it's just a natural thing when I mention Yorkshire Grit, everybody says, hi, Glenn.
Oh, Caitlin's in. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin. How come Stuart always comes in when I'm doing a colouring piece?
I don't know. I think you should come into one of mine so I can show him how it's done.
Oh,
Braver man than me can't get in.
That was a bit of a blow, that one. Oops, wrong way.
Oh, Wayne, Mr. Farini would like you to repeat that. He missed it.
I'm sure he heard it. Okay, if you didn't hear it, Stuart, I said you should come in and watch one of my lives so I can show you how it's done.
Barry's in. Hi, Baz.
Hi, Baz. How you doing, mate? I see some of Barry's Christmas decorations he's been doing. They're pretty cool, aren't they?
Yeah. Alex Lambie's in. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for coming over. Right, so final one, 240, and then we'll clean the grain up, and then we'll give it a coat of Yorkshire Grit to get a silky smooth bottom.
Your dad's in.
Hi, Dad. How you doing? It's a shame he's coming. That means he's going to see his Christmas present now. No, I'm only joking.
Only joking. You've made him a pen instead, haven't you?
Yeah. With no lead in it. Or ink in it. Right, so. Nice. I like that.
Caitlin says she's been having some fun with Christmas decorations this week.
Oh, really? Cool. Right, so let's get some sand and sealer on that. Get that sealed up.
Hashtag Wayne and Stuart gouges at dawn. Shouldn't it be airbrushes at dawn?
Yeah.
No, Stuart has definitely got much more imagination than I have.
Some of the effects Stuart gets, I look at them and I go, how?
Yeah.
Right.
If anybody is coming in to watch me tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock GMT, I'm going to be doing a Cosmic Clouds Bowl using Joe Sonia's iridescence.
Nice.
Sounds awesome.
Is that just one colour, Wayne, or several colours?
Oh, several. At least 3.
Right, so let that soak in a little bit. Yeah. Right, let that soak in. While we let that soak in, I wasn't going to tell anybody,
Cheers,
but I am
fella.
because he's in the chat. I'm going to mention it now. We have a very special guest next week on the show on this Friday, not this Friday night, but next Friday night. We have the honour of Stuart Farini coming in and being an airworm, a guest airworm. So I weren't going to tell anybody, but I thought as Stuart's in the chat, I might as well mention it now. So Stuart, thank you very much for agreeing to come in next Friday. So guys, you don't want to miss Stuart's. You can come and pick his brain, ask him some questions. I'm sure he won't mind answering a few questions, and most of all, hopefully have a good laugh. So
I'm so excited.
So yeah, it's an honour. It's really an honour, and I'm really looking forward to it. So no, it's nothing. Don't worry, Stuart. It's nothing. It's nothing high tech. It's nothing major. It's all about having a bit of a laugh and answering a few questions if they pop up on the chat. That's what it is, mate. But the honour is all ours for sure. Right, I've got to take this jacket off because I'm getting hot because my fire's that hot.
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
Thanks for that.
All you wood turners with your fires and your heaters. Hey?
And I'm sweating.
Yeah. I've sat here in 3 jumpers, a scarf, and a woolly hat.
Do you want me to send you some embers?
Right, Caitlin is asking there, should we have the same arrangement with Stuart as with you? That's talking about me. I'm not too sure about that. I haven't heard Stuart swear very much, to tell you the truth, Caitlin. You're just after more drink. That's all you're after, Caitlin.
Yeah, alcoholic in the making, that one.
Caitlin, right. You've got enough drinks lined up from Wayne to last you a couple of years.
Yeah, free Make Essentials. You might as well just give her a keg, Wayne. Just buy her a whole keg.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right, so
Steve Jobbins says,
hang on, I don't know if that's a compliment or not from Steve. Steve Jobbins has said, earworming is ridiculously simple. Mark is awesome at it. Does that mean he can do it simple?
I don't know how to take that either. But then I also didn't know how to had to watch tonight to learn from Wayne how it's done. Like, hello. Hello. Earworm to the stars here.
Right, anyway.
The thing is, Stuart, if you do swear and Caitlin is in the room, it costs you a drink.
Does that carry on when she's not when she's not at school anymore, or is that just while she's at school?
Oh, I'm hoping to get them all out of the way before she turns 18. I couldn't afford to buy her alcoholic drinks, God. especially at Makers.
That's all right. You'll be on tab, won't you? Through Glyn.
Oh no, I don't think so. Somehow.
Right, let's get this Yorkshire grip worked in.
It's, it's too late now, Stuart. You've already said it. You can't try and win me. Oh, okay, you won me over.
So Stuart's making enemies before he's even got in the room.
No, he's throwing compliments my way now.
Oh,
That's
is he?
fine. Yeah.
Sweet talker.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Mark is very cold because he's sitting in a cold workshop.
Douglas asked why no heater. Because it's my garage and I haven't got a heater in here.
Oh, sorry, I've missed what Scott said there. Steve, I thought it was something in your workshop because of that nice stream deck.
So what was that? Sorry.
Scott.
That was from Scott. Steve, I thought it was hot in your workshop because of that nice stream deck.
I did reply to him in the chat, but I didn't read it out.
No, it's nice and warm in the workshop because of the log burner, Scott. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's a brilliant thing to have in the workman, Steve.
Oh man, it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Two of you now.
Nice, warm.
Exactly.
Your glue dries quicker. You don't
T-shirt.
stand there shivering.
Yeah.
Working a
T-shirt
t-shirt
weather
all
in the
year round.
workshop.
Yeah, can't be it. Look, the sweat's dripping off me.
Bored now.
Right.
You meant to suffer for your art.
I do suffer.
No, you're not.
You say you know how many times I've burnt myself putting up more wood on that fire.
Serves you right.
All the sweat I've got to keep on wiping away.
Yeah. I nearly cut myself every time I chop wood up for it. It's terrible, it is. Alright, so speed this up a little bit.
Hodgepodge says, sweat, burning your eyes.
Yeah. Smoke in your lungs.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Using all my kitchen roll up, wiping the sweat off.
Terry says, Steve keeps putting all the funnels in the fire. It never stops burning. It's like the eternal flame.
Oh, more body makers in. Even the bottom still intact.
At the moment. You say that the vase I did on Sunday, that's got a rear roll split in it. That might be on the fire yet.
Michael has a party's in. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Michael. Thanks for coming over. New name.
He says, it's not cold here. 20 degrees C at the moment.
Ooh, that's nice.
Where are you? I'm going to guess with a name like that. It might be Greece.
Somewhere warm.
Right, so nice and smooth bottom. So I'm going to give this a coat of micro crystalline wax because I don't want to really. I want it so it's fairly hard wearing, and I think really that's one of the best in it, Wayne. Really, micro crystalline. I think.
Yep, I agree, Steve.
especially for a durable, hardware and finish. So, like I say, normally I'd put this on and leave it 10 minutes to soak in, but because it's alive, we don't want to bore you.
Colin said he had to stay ice off the car this morning.
Yeah, it was icy here this
And
morning.
he had ice on the inside as well. Was it?
So let's buff this out.
Colin's down near Dale and Scott, isn't he?
He is, yes. Yeah, Keith's saying it was icy in Suffolk. Steve.
Danny boy's in. Hi, Danny.
Steve.
Hi, Daniel. Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah, Steve had on the inside of his car, and he's in Suffolk.
You're all right, Daniel. I'm sure we can make exceptions.
Scott's saying yes, it was frozen when he left the workshop at 2:30 this morning.
2:30.
Yes. It's been a knackered old day down here, Devon and Cornwall. 12 degrees in Plymouth.
It's just been drizzy up here. It's been one of them drizzly days.
Yeah, it was all right here till about 3:30. That's just been that, like Wayne said, the drizzle and constant drizzle all the time ever since. Right, I think that will do.
Oh, here we go. Robert from Hodgepodge says it was 26 degrees here.
Oh, God. Don't you just hate some people?
62 in, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
Really? Bloody hell. Thank you very much for coming over. Right, so there we have our shiny bottom. You can't beat a shiny bottom, can you?
You can't beat a shiny bottom.
No, you can. Nice and smooth and a shiny bottom. So
smooth and shiny.
Smooth and shiny. So what I'm going to do is we've got on overhead around about 6 or 7 mil hair. I want to try and take that down to about 3 mil, and then just gently chamfer it so it's like slightly uphill a little bit, not a lot, just a little tiny bit. So it sort of gives it a bit of a, well, hopefully like a 3D effect when you look at the bowl. So I'm just going to gently bring that back with some shear cuts. Start off here and gradually work back until I get to roughly the thickness I want to go at.
Have faith, Douglas. Have faith.
Oh, what's going on?
Here we go. Funnel.
No, we're not doing that yet. We ain't got that far yet, Douglas. We've got to colour it first, mate. So, clean my glasses so I can't see what I'm not doing. Move the tool rest because it's sitting on the piece. So I'm just going to gently take this out. Can you see what I'm doing? No.
The other camera would be better. There
Yeah.
you go.
Just one more pass, as they say.
Yeah.
That'll do. Cool. That's even good for me.
Right, there you go. Well done. Thank you for
Yep.
everybody.
So there's
Cheers.
the bowl. Thanks
Good
for
night.
coming over. See you next week.
Night night.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand it up to 400 now. Basically because we're going to colour it. I'm going to take it up to 400. So
Circular Wood by Keith has said, Steve, if you burn this before colouring it, it'll save time on the fire later.
do you know what? I thought you lot were my friends.
Well, it's them in the chat, Steve. It's not me and Mark. It's them lot in the chat.
No,
No,
what do you think? What do you think? I invite you lot in and not them?
we're not laughing at you at all, Steve, are we, Wayne?
Not yet, anyway.
No, I'm laughing at the people in the chat.
Yeah. They're very funny.
Oh, the Steve Robinson said Steve's discovered they burn better with paint on.
Colin is
Robert
in. Hi,
saying,
Colin.
Hi, Colin.
Robert saying he doesn't have any air conditioning in the shop. You'll see the videos I release at that time of the year, and my whole shirt will be soaked in sweat. That's the thing. That some of these guys in the States, they've either got to have heating in the shop during the winter and air conditioning in the shop during the summer.
Yeah, it's hot enough in here in the summertime, so I hate to think what it's like over there.
He did say he gets up to 43 degrees where he is. 43.
That's unbearable, isn't it? I can't even imagine working in that. When I used to work at Campbell's and we was working near the cookers, that was unbearable there. So imagine being in that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the summer. Right, so 240, 400.
Hodge, I think there's probably a case to be made for now that you've got a new lathe, you need to have air conditioning to keep it in the best condition. That's how you sell it, mate.
Keep the lathe cool.
Yeah.
Stop the grease melting.
Thank me later.
Right, so up to 400. Turn the extraction off. Just blow the dust out of that. Just gets right. So let's have a bowl. So the colours I used on this were pear green, earth, and the forest green intrinsic colours. Never used them until today. But I'm going for honey as well because I want a yellowy in it, and I'm also do you reckon flame red or burnt orange? Flame red. What do you reckon?
Burnt orange is more
No,
to me.
ruby.
Ruby. Oh.
No, I'd go for ruby. Yeah,
Right, okay.
it is a bit dark, Steve, but it will add to the autumnal effect, I think.
Autumnal effect. What's going on here? What's going on here?
He's not started on the wine yet.
Are you on the wrong show, Wayne? So that's the effect I'm going for. But I'm going to use the ruby. Wayne said ruby, and the honey on this. On this one, I'm going to get some gloves because I'm going to have to spray it into my hand on the tissue.
Steve, use the other colours as well. You're not going to need a hell of a lot of the ruby. It's just to have that because you always tend to get, certainly on deciduous trees, you always get sometimes that red colour in the leaves.
Yep, yeah, I know exactly what you mean, mate. Right, so what I'm gonna, the effect I'm gonna use, or the way I'm gonna do it, is I'm gonna get a piece of kitchen roll. I'm gonna do this exactly the same way as I did the one earlier, and I'm gonna scrunch it up, and I'm gonna be using the scrunched up part. So I'm gonna go with the honey first, because we're gonna go lightest to darkest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this onto the tissue, and I'm just going to dab, but I'm going to keep moving the tissue so we get different effects each excuse me, each time. So give that a good shake, spray a bit on, and again, I'm not going to go mad. Just keep screwing it up. And then remember, you can always put more on later.
You're watching, Stuart.
No, please don't.
So Keith is saying Wayne's practicing for the Reds. Wine, that is, later. No, it's already here, Keith.
And he's already put sand and sealer on it.
On what?
Did you?
No, you don't put sand and sealer on.
No, you put sand and sealer on the other side, didn't you?
On the back I did, yes.
So Andy, he's asking,
Andy,
no sand and sealer.
No, you don't. If you're using wood stain, you don't put sand and sealer on first.
And you can do this with a sea sponge, I suppose, but I always use tissue, to be honest. It's easier, and you just throw it away.
Stuart's added 2 comments.
Yay.
Oh.
He says, here comes the best bit, and always put more on.
Always put more on. Yeah, you can always put your more on. You're right there, Stuart. You can't take it off, but you can put it on. Right, so that's the yellow.
Well, you can take it off. You just have to take it all off.
You can use scrunged up. You can use scrunged up cling film as well.
Yeah, you can. You're right. Right, so I'm just going to quickly dry this with a heat gun.
In fact, if you use Steve, if you use cling film,
yeah,
obviously it's a different type of substance to tissue, so you don't waste a lot of the stain soaking into the tissue.
Oh, that's a good idea. I never thought of that. I've done bubble wrap before with like acrylic colours.
Yeah.
So would you spray the stain onto the cling film?
Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Yes.
Steve Jobbins says, or use Ed Oliver's method, a bucket.
A bucket.
A bucket.
Yeah.
That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen the other week. His new lathe, he put some paint on a piece, spun his lathe up. He got the floor, his compressor, his drill, the shelves, the ceiling, the light, the other wall, the other floor, and his bedways.
Jesus. I'd have cried. Right, so we're going with pear green next. Same principle.
Oh, Karen, his wife, was sat there. She was laughing so hard she could almost not breathe.
Right. Jupp Turns Wood said, wrapping a sponge in cling film might work like a sanding block then. It might do. The thing is, if you wrap a sponge in cling film, you're going to flatten out the texture of the sponge. So you might not get the effect you're after.
Douglas is asking, is this called decoupage? Get me.
Decoupage. I know that for a
Thank you for that, Stuart.
Alright, so you can't really see those 2 colours, but I think once you get the sand and sealer, that'll sort of bring them out a little bit, don't it? So that's the pear. So earth next, I believe.
Andy Heath says he dropped a bottle of red dye in his workshop last week. It looks like somebody's died in there.
Oh, I can imagine the mess.
Yeah, that's what he's telling us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they ain't seen the cleaner for 2 weeks.
Setting up an alibi, I think, there, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
that sounded. Ooh, that was a bit harsh. Brian at Hardwood Turning said to Stuart, I thought you were a teacher. Work? Question mark. Very harsh.
That's not very nice, is it? He teaches our future.
Seth has said, Mark, I had my new lathe less than a month and did something similar to Ed, but with black CA glue. Thought it was
God.
dry and spun it up. Little black spots everywhere.
I bet.
Right, that's the brown. Forest green. I don't want to go too.
Because there's no Douglas Mungham, it's called a very pretty funnel. They just won't let it go.
Let it go.
We're only reading out the comments, you know.
Yeah. You're just
Let's shoot
fueling
the messengers.
just fueling the fire, you two.
Something to think of for the next one, Steve.
Yes, mate.
Some leaf stickers to stick on after each coat.
Oh, that's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you put like a base coat on, then you put your stickers on, then do this, and then that's a good idea. That is.
So you keep on going. Yeah. Very similar to using the masking tape, which Stuart's done, which I've done, which other people have done as well.
Yeah, I had to go with the masking tape, and I think I tried to get the colours too bold, and I think what's he laughing at?
Hodgepodge cracks me up. He says, just don't hot glue them on, Steve.
No, hot glue don't come off of them. I still got that in there.
Have you not been able to get that hot glue off?
No, I've tried putting it in the fridge. I've tried heating it. I've tried all sorts. I'm going to turn it off, I think. Reuse the blank for something else.
That was funny.
It's worth a try, though, isn't it?
It's always worth a try.
What I should have used is some of that non-sticky glue. That would help, wouldn't it? Right, so Ruby. This is on you, Wayne.
Yep.
That's handy. That's all up my arm now.
Barry's Wood Creations is a camouflage bowl.
Looks like my old truck.
It's a DPM bowl.
DPM bowl with a hole in the bottom. I'll say it before Hodgepodge does, or Douglas
if you
does.
don't know what DPM stands for, it stands for Disruptive Pattern Material.
Is that enough?
That's looking not too heavy, to tell you the truth.
I know that'll pop a little bit when we get the sand and cedar on it, won't it?
Oh yeah,
What do you reckon?
it really will. Once it's dried, once the sand and cedar on there, it'll really pop.
I'll tell you what it reminds me of, Wayne. The German DPM. German or Polish.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Right, I don't think any more colour. I think that's about enough, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step away from the colour.
That's what me arm.
Benjamin said, Steve, why are your YouTube ads for your videos always funnel related?
Funnel related. I'm going to go back and check them now. I think our hot air gun's on the way out. Alright, get this dried off. So I don't know whether, obviously you guys have seen it now. After last Friday's quiz we did, we've all agreed to do another one on the 11th of December. As you can see, I've done the pop-up on the bottom of the screen, what's been popping up for the last half hour. So I will put the not the intro, I'll put the promo video out for it over the next few days. But if you're about, come over and check out the next Makers or Battle of the Makers, and let's see if Scott and Lewis can pull it back.
Can redeem themselves.
Yeah, see if they can redeem themselves. So let's wipe all that mud all of. Right, so what do you reckon? I reckon that don't look too bad, to be honest.
I like it.
Still got 64 ins, Steve.
Thank you very much. There can't be nothing on telly tonight.
Yeah, to get me colouring. I'm always going to like colouring.
Yeah, I do like. I mean, it just makes it look different, doesn't it? Something totally different. And to be honest, you mean even with just those two extra colours, we've got two totally different effects, haven't we? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah.
So, right. So I'm going to use spray sand and sealer on this because if I use normal, I'm just going to blend all the colours together, and I don't want that.
Scott says no. He likes being the thick one. It's all right, Scott. We'll throw in some medical questions this time.
How is he on Jack? How is he on Jack and Jill questions? We'll put some in for you.
We threw in a Canadian question.
Hang on. You can't do that, huh?
Don't you feel guilty? Don't you feel guilty, Wayne, that you'll beat him?
Wayne, we threw in the history questions for you.
No, not at all.
Not saying you're old or anything. I'll shut up.
Oh, shut up.
Right, so let's give this a coat of sand and sealer. Extraction on. Lave on.
I was the only person in the quiz, apart from the quiz master and the adjudicator, who knew how many members of parliament we had. Nobody in the chat knew.
And you were spot on and all.
Yeah, bang on.
I still thought there was a mirror behind me. Right,
well, Scott's getting in on it now. Here we go. History for Wayne. I thought it was current affairs. Cheers, Scott, mate.
It's very good. Oh, sorry, can't breathe.
I'll dry it too much because that'll bubble if I dry it too much. Just give that a couple of seconds to spin and dry. No, that was a good night. Last Friday was a good laugh.
Steve, I tell you what you should have. You should have the jig that I've got to put the horn into. It's a wee jig that fits in the it's a wee jig that fits in the tool post that you put your hot air gun into.
All right.
So it doesn't actually warm the piece much to bubble. I got the idea from Mick Hanbury.
I'll have to check him out. So I'm not going to denid that.
I've shown it in one of mine somewhere.
Oh, I'll have to go back and check it. Check it out. Right, so before you ask, no, I'm not going through too deep.
Rick House Craftwork says He thinks the trivia night should be a best out of 3. Then the winners should battle Steve and Mark.
Oh man, I'm as thick as 2 planks. You don't
Hey,
want to
Steve,
battle
no,
me.
that's all right. We'll write the questions.
Oh, that's all right. If we wrote the questions, just give me a month to memorise them. I'll be all right. Right. So I'm not going to take this too far back. Only perhaps, I don't know, 50-50. But we'll see what happens.
No, leave more of the rim, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon? Back to about there? About there somewhere?
About there. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Make it a purely decorative piece.
All right, mate.
Plus, that saves you going too deep as well.
That's it. As deep as I'm going to go.
Just saying.
Steve Robbins has said do third, and Colin has said do third.
A little bit further.
Just a little.
Measure the rim. Right, Steve, measure the rim.
Yes.
And measure the bowl. Measure the outside of the edge of the bowl, and then measure the diameter of the bowl. The bit that the bowl part you're cleaning out.
Right. So that is 95 mil. That piece across there, and you want that bit there across there? Yep.
Yes.
That is 110.
Leave it at that.
Right. So just go down a little bit deeper, or just clean it up?
Yeah, go loads deeper. Got 4 or 5 more passes there.
I know how deep I've got, but is it going to look silly if it's majorly deep? Just that little tiny bit?
No, just a little tiny bit.
Just a little
like
tiny bit.
A purely decorative piece.
Whoops.
You can make the ball a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Just going to clean up a little bit of a scraper. Just got a little bit of a...
Yep.
Jay says, can you make the inside bigger than the outside?
I tried that. It didn't work too well.
Yeah, I've done that.
Funny that, Steve, how your friends keep reminding you of it.
Yeah, I know. So-called friends. Trouble is, if I did that, Douglas would moan at me, wouldn't he? If I made the inside bigger than the outside. So just got a little bit of fairy bits there. We'll clean up when we sand it. All right, so I'm going to use my small drill to sand it up. Da, 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 da.
Can I? It's a stroke question suggestion. What about a little detail line just on the outside of that bowl?
What here?
Yeah.
What? So there's a bit of colour in a detail line.
So you go color, detail, color, bowl.
Yeah.
Just a single line. Like I said, it was a question stroke suggestion.
But would we need to? But would we need to do another one on the outside or just on the inside?
No, I think possibly it just needs one to draw you into the center.
No, Mark. Mark, you would need another one on the outside.
Oh, you would need one on the outside, would you? Okay.
And would we leave them natural or would we burn them?
Yeah.
No,
just leave them natural.
Leave them au naturel. So, one about there.
Yeah, well,
one about the same distance from the outer
one
edge,
about there. Yeah, same distance from the outer edge, Steve.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It just tends to give a bit of highlight.
Yeah, I suppose it just breaks up a little bit as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's better.
Are you happy with that, Mark?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, like I said, it was a you know, what do I know about colouring? It just felt like it needed something extra.
We'll let you have it.
So even I can get lucky once in a while.
Ooh, that's a good pad.
Alex Lambie said it's beautiful.
Thank you very much, Alex. I'm just going to sand this. I was going to Yorkshire grit that, but I think I'm going to sand it up to 400, to be honest. Because I don't really want Yorkshire grit all over the paint. Or colour, should I say?
No.
So 120, 240.
John Mooney, evening, John.
Hi, John. Thanks for coming over, sir. Hope you are well.
Hi, John.
So 400
right,
grit.
We've got quite a few people in.
69 in.
Right, I've just put the link in my live on the virtual craft festival for tomorrow again. If you go to that link, it gives you the running program of everybody who's on in the description with the timings and the links to their channel.
Wood Wizardry by Collins asking, question, gilt wax the middle.
That I don't know.
Personally, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't want to take that. I don't want to take this away from. No, I don't want to take that away from this. That's my issue. And if I put something in the middle, that's going to take your oil away from this.
The other thing is, Steve, is that you have different oaks in there. That you've got laminated oak in there. So if you use a gilt or an enhancing wax, you're going to get a different effect on each little bit of oak. So it probably wouldn't work.
No. Yeah, no, I see what you know. Yeah, exactly. If that had been a piece of natural oak, like you say, the grain would have all been the same, wouldn't it? But unfortunately, because that's laminated. So
Yes.
what I'm going to do. So do I? Just a question, Wayne. Right, this I haven't knocked this back yet, because that's still a bit rough. Would you sand and seal the middle first, then knock that back, all in one?
Right. What I would do is put sand and sealer over it all.
Right. Okay. Let me just wipe it off with a bit of
Then,
cloth. Then.
once the sand and seal is dry, I would knock that back. Once it's dry, I'd knock it back with. Have you got one of the orange web racks pads, like the Scotch Brite things?
Like that.
Yeah.
Yep, I have.
Yeah. Yes, that one. Yeah, because that's the equivalent. That's the equivalent to about 1,000 grit.
Right.
So
Okay.
what you'll actually do, once you put the sand and sealer on and it's dry, knocking it back with that will just take off the excess sand and sealer and probably
Right,
won't
okay.
affect the colour.
Right. Okay. Lovely job. So I'm just going to give this some light coats, a couple of light coats.
Mark Jordan's got to go. He's got to go do some work. He says he'll catch up
Mark
later.
Jordan.
Thanks for coming over, Mark. Hope you have a good evening.
Work at this time of night, Mark, on a Friday.
He's a truck driver, isn't he?
Dedication for you.
Keeping the country moving.
It's a bit wet, that. Just gently give it a little bit of encouragement.
Now you can wipe the excess off.
Can you? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, it's dry now.
Well, that's what I do.
Oh, I didn't know that. Right. Just let it dry. Don't take long to dry. Do it 10, 15, 20 seconds, something like that.
No, it doesn't take long. Just don't get too close to that hot air gun.
Oh, because that blistered, doesn't it? So I think that's on its way anyway. It's only semi-warm.
Yes.
Right, so extraction off. Let's knock this back with a bit of chestnut Scotch Brite. Not going to put major pressure on it, just let it rub over, just take the high bits off of it. So you try with oak, and as soon as you put any moisture in it, it just expands the grain. I mean, if people haven't got this, you could knock it back with a bit of 400, really, couldn't you? Or 600.
You can knock it either. Yeah, probably 600. You knock it back with 600. No problem.
So we've got still got a little bit of texture there, but obviously you can see where the oak grain is swollen a little bit. But we want a rustic look. We want an autumny, rusticy.
Well, I think you've achieved that. That looks lovely.
So hopefully we'll get some microcrystalline wax on it. It should be bish bash bosh. So nice
You're just coming not short of just coming up not short of 9 o'clock, Steve.
Thank you very much. Not bad then. Not bad. So I'm just going to rub this in really well, just to try and richen those colours up. Make sure
And
I get
you've
it.
still got 67 in.
Have I really? Let me know. Who'd think it?
Steve Jobbins is saying it's definitely autumnal. Caitlin really likes it.
Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Steve.
Debbie Beardall says, very nice, Steve.
Thank you very much, Debbie. It's just nice sometimes to do something
Debbie,
a
I
bit.
didn't see Debbie.
Just nice to do something out of the ordinary, isn't it? Really. Now and again.
Brian at Woodturning says, looks good, Steve. Good demo. Thanks for the inspiration.
Thank you very much, Brian. That means a lot. That does. So
Ian
it's
Emmett
just.
says, very nice, Steve.
Thank you very much. So we're just going to gently buff this off.
Hiya, Debbie.
Don't really want a major shine on the outside, so I'm going to concentrate more on the middle.
Mick Juice says, lovely job that, Steve. Nice one.
Thank you, Mick.
I do apologise, Debbie. I didn't see you come in either.
Nor did
Good
I,
evening.
Debbie.
Good evening to you.
Hope you are very well. I hope everybody's well, to be honest.
Steve Jobbins is saying the ball does need just one more pass.
No.
Mr. Stacey Smith is saying, could you do similar with chestnut spirit stains? Yes, you could, Steve. Quite easily.
If you watch Stuart Farini's, Stuart uses mostly spirit stains, doesn't he?
He does. Robert Hodgepodge is saying, I guess this was okay, Steve. Thanks for making time go a bit faster. You're all hard, Robert, aren't you?
Danny Boy says, amazing how well a simple effect can look so great.
Thank you, Danny.
Harry says, looks great without a hole through it, Steve.
See, they was all convinced I was going to put a hole for it, weren't they?
I'm definitely reading this one out. Stuart Farini says...
Keith has said, certainly autumnal. Where's the bottom here?
Stuart Farini says, colours work very nicely together and the lines are a nice touch.
Oh, man. He knows how to get back in your good books, doesn't he?
He does indeed.
Right, I think that'll do.
Notice how he said lines, though. Not just line. He said lines.
all right. Give me the outside one, mate.
That I do like that. I really do like that. The camera don't really do that justice.
IDR Woodturning has asked, what's the best lacquer you can get for a high gloss?
Automotive lacquer is the best one I've ever found.
I nearly said something for there.
I use. Let me just show you what I use.
I use a whole variety.
Is he gone again? I've been using these Cobra paints from, is that City Graft?
Krafts City.
Krafts City. You get good coverage with these. Yeah, you get good coverage with these. They are a good paint, but you have to have, unless you spend stupid amounts. Well, it's not. I think it's about 80 quid, and you don't get free shipping. So I have also used the automotive paints from Halfords and places like that, which is just a general car lacquer. You can get an acrylic car lacquer now as well. So any of those, but the best effect you're going to get is if you put.
I use automotive lacquers. I use lacquers that you can get from the likes of Homebase. I use lacquers from Chestnut products. I use a whole load of different types of lacquers.
Yeah, and I think I don't think it's specifically the lacquer. I think it's the way you put it on. If you try and put it on thick in heavy coats, you're never going to get a good finish. You need to put on light coats, gradually build up the coats, and then polish it out. That's the best way I found it.
Scott says, "Where's the funnel?" He's upset now.
Sorry, Scott. Sorry.
JP's in. He says, "Scorch it." Oh, it's past that point. Scorch it anyway.
We're past that point. So there we go. I'm going to bring it on this camera because that might be a bit better colour actually. So there we go.
Nice one, Steve.
That is the look I wanted. This is the one I played with earlier, which is obviously slightly smaller, but we didn't have any red or ruby and gold. No, honey, sorry, we put in this one. So as you can see, that's just brought this one, the one we did tonight, a little bit more to life, and it's more of a autumny colour, which is what I was looking for. So thank you, Wayne, for adding that ruby. That really worked.
No problem, mate. No probs.
So there you go. Finished piece. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on here, and we'll do an overhead and see if we can get it on an overhead better picture of it. So like I say, trouble is you've got the light for reflecting off all the time, so you don't really get a very good.
No,
These cameras never really.
It was better on the other camera, Steve.
Yeah, it's better on that one.
That one, is that better?
No, the other one.
The other one.
The upper one.
That one.
That's better.
So there we go. Nice colours. I really like that. Really does look nice. I think those lines, you guys made the right choice in having those lines. It just finishes it off. Really does just finish it off. And just we have a nice, smooth, natural bottom. So JP. Yeah, Mark did say JP. The Guru Wayne.
Oh, did he? I must have missed that. Sorry.
He's only been in the last couple of minutes, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So, there we go. Let's bring you guys back in for a minute. If I can find a...
Oh, do you have to?
Yeah, sorry. Got to put people off. So, guys, as I mentioned earlier, don't forget, next week we have a very special guest in to tell us this, or show us the light, hopefully.
Please, everybody.
So we have next week, Oz and Airworm, we have Stuart Farini in. So I am honoured that Stuart agreed to come in and Airworm for me. So thank you very much, Stuart. And I'm sure you'll be fine.
Right, before you stop, Steve, can Scott put in his link for tomorrow?
I've already told him yes.
Oh,
yes.
He's already done it. All right, okay.
No, Scott, come. So, and also don't forget.
No, you can't. No.
Yeah. Also, don't forget the 11th of December. We have another Makers or Battle of the Makers quiz as well. That me and Mark are working on at the moment.
Steve, can I ask a favour as well, please?
Oh God, here we go. They all want them now. What?
You know what I want you to say.
Me and Sugar working on it as well. I haven't spoken to Shug since the last one, and that's how we'll keep it until the next one.
Top secret. Right, what's that, Mark?
My channel.
Oh yeah, Mark is 14 away from 500 subs. Come on, guys, spread the word. Let's get Mark up to 500 subs by the end of the weekend. He told me earlier if he gets to 500, he's going to run along the beach stark naked and video it. So there's your choices.
Well, Steve, hang on. He usually hang on, Steve. He usually does that every day apart from Sunday, anyway.
Well, there have been rumours.
Oh dear. Anyway, Mark,
if I get to 500, I promise I'll stop.
Well, there you go. 500. If he should do 500, he's going to stop. Please get him to 500. I'm going to create 14 new accounts now and get you subbed up.
Oh, thanks. Cheers.
Please just put the link in for the Virtual Crafty website.
Yep, that starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow or 10 o'clock?
10.
10 o'clock. JP's first, and then it's every hour for 16 hours, I believe.
Yeah, it goes through to 2 o'clock Sunday morning GMT.
Yeah. If you go over to the link that JP's just put in, you'll be listed of all the participants.
Ian Leonard says the nude from Bude.
Oh, Stuart's just subbed to you, Mark.
Thank you, Stuart.
There you go. Molwelly's away, 3 away from 60. Just check anybody who's in the chat, check other people's channels out. And if you're not subbed to them and you like their work, then sub to them to show your support to the other makers, because they all come over and support all of us. So the least we can do is go over and support all of those. So
Hold on, just trying to find a couple of links here for people. There's. And who was the other one? Keith.
Yes, Keith.
Keith.
Don McKee's 2 away from 120.
Keith's 20 away from 100. JP needs the subs as well. He's away from 6,700.
TJ Turning still trying to get to 100. So guys, just go out and check anybody who's in the chat. And why is that? YouTube has got a weird way of covering up what they ask to be requested, don't they?
Yes, I know.
Thank you, Douglas. That's much appreciated. Yeah, let's just show our support to each other.
Who else was it?
Danny Boy nearly got 2. IDR Woodturning, I'm trying to get 4. What, 4 more or 2 4?
TJ Turning. That was the other one.
Terry Bray. So go over and check these guys' channels out. And if you're not subscribed and you like their work, then please subscribe to them and show your support. And I'm sure they'll do the same for you. So there you go. Let's hope we can get people up. It's what it's all about, helping each other in the community. We're all a massive family. Let's stick together and help each other, especially in these times that are going at the moment. We need each other, I think.
There you go. Here's a few links for people.
Thank you, Mark, for that.
Caitlin, I've got to say this is impressive. Caitlin is 996,700 away from her first million. Well done, Caitlin.
Well done. Congratulations, Caitlin. That's what you call ambition.
Yep.
Aim for the top. If you aim for the top, you've got a long way to go, and your work's hard to get there, and you'll get there. All right. Thank you very much, Mark, for doing that.
It's all right.
So, quick peek. I'll take some photographs of this and stick up because, like I say, the camera doesn't really do it justice, to be honest. So I will get some pictures of this one because I really do like that, to be honest. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
JP's just said Caitlin's trying to get Wayne to swear because she's thirsty. Yes, T. It is about time you made another video for your channel.
Yeah, I haven't seen one for a long while that she's done. I must admit, did you see the pot that T did on Facebook today?
I did. Very nice wee pot out of you.
It was lovely. Very nice. Thank you, Caitlin. Glad you enjoyed. Thank you, Terry. So, thank you, Stuart. You'll be here next week, Stuart. So, no pressure.
Welcome to the madhouse.
You don't have to be mad, but it helps.
Oh, it certainly helps.
You could be like Wayne and numb yourself with the alcohol.
I don't just do it for you. I just do this
Wayne.
every night.
And Mark. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Right. Okay. So shall we kill it?
Yep.
Yes, Scott. You can go back and play with not necessarily play with poo, but you can go back to the scroll saw if you want.
Mind your fingers though. Don't cut your fingers. Anyway, on that note, we're going to kill it. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming over. I've really enjoyed tonight. It's the sort of uplift that I've needed this week. It's been a bit of a crappy week, but we're there, we're here, and we've had fun. That's the main thing. So next week, same time, same place. Stuart Farini, hopefully Wayne and Mark will be here if they want to come in, and we will have another fun night of entertainment for you guys to come over and join, and hopefully have a good laugh. So anyway, guys, what's he laughing at now?
No, I'm so excited about next week.
Oh, Mark's off ill. Sorry, Mark's got booked a holiday.
Oh, I'd cancel it just for Stuart.
Oh, you creep. So, guys, we'll see you next week. Take care. Speak to you soon. And bye for now. See you later,
Night all.
guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone.